YouTubers? Hey YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. And today we're going to talk about, in this production of video game reviews, what we're going to talk about the review of Last of Us Part 2 on the playing PlayStation. But this is my review, and we're going to talk about it today on this progress. And I hope you enjoy it. So, hope you, I hope you enjoy. We're gonna bring something else, bring it to talk about. All right, okay. All right, let's get started right now. All right, here we go. Um, there's a lot of controversy when this game just came out, and I'm gonna say this, man. I like the gameplay. I like the gameplay. I do. The only problem I have with this game is the detailment of the tale of the story. Now, you see here that Joe is cleaning his guitar with some kind of a guitar clip a guitar, play guitar string, and he goes back to the beginning where he told his brother Tommy, him and Elliot walking around after they just got out of there from, I forgot what state they were. They was in state somewhere. It's been so long. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But whatever they from, they get out of there with that whatever the place they went. So he told his brother. Joel told the story with his brother Tommy how he saved Elliot. And from they was going to drain her brain, drain her blood to created some vaccine to deal with this apocalypse, zombie apocalypse that's going on, and what to cause a cure for this. Where they show when Joel standing there and a man holding a knife saying they got to protect her, and you just don't understand she's the key, the cure from all humanity. And then when he told him the story, and you can see the time he expresses his face, and the way that Joel was telling this story, he did something that he shouldn't have been doing, but I don't see what made him to be the painting him as the bad guy from this. He did what he had to do to save this girl, and then he stabbed the doctor, killed all them folks in there from the fireflies, and saved Ellie, and got her, grabbed her, and got out of there to the Firefly Hospital. Just carried her. You know, and it's like I said, it's like I played the first one. You know, they say it's the number one classic games, and I see what everybody's big promotion, big fuss is about. Why people are pissed off about this of the Part Two game. But look how Tommy's face when Joel told him the story. And like he look at him like, what do you do? Jesus Christ, what did you do? Like, what are you supposed to just do? Just stand there and leave her and there's no choice for that? Once they leave where they was at and Elliot woke, and after Elliot woke, and then, Joel drove what they was trying to go. So, and I guess he, told her son, whatever happens. No, she told him whatever happens, what could have been happened, swear to her, to anything that happened. Won't even say the reason why they got out of there. They was going to kill this little girl and drain her to make a vaccine to cure the zombie apocalypse. I mean, they act like, they make Joe like he did a bad thing. Joe did some terrible things in his life, but I believe he was a good man. He lost his daughter. He lost everything that may endure to him. Him and his brother are the only one have to survive. He had to protect Elliot in any way, any possibly he could. So he had to take her to a place that can look out for her. Like somebody was after him. You could tell. Once they ride in that horse, and here's this. Explain this. And it just take a flashback. You know, they hold Joe hostage. Hold Joe hostage. They hold Joe hostage. Kick Elliot between the stomach and just hold hostage. And they just developing a new character named Abby. Her, the whatever you call the wolves, liberals, federal, some wolf liberals, confront. I don't know what it is. It started with a WLF, so they like wolves, you know, and they try to see what they're gonna do to Joe. This is the scene where people were really upset. Now I see when I play this game, I was shocked. But here's what gets me. You mean to tell me that Elliot had a gun and she can blast every one of them, didn't have a backup of nothing? And you see this male muscular woman just smack the hell off that golf cart and crack his skull. And what's really gets me right here, where this dude just spit on Joe, man. You know, wow. This is supposed to be the mother, not mother, supposed to be a father and daughter relationship game, but that went from into a turn into a that we never expect what the game gonna be. It went from daughter to father, went from a separation between the father and daughter. You know, look how they laying him. They just laying him like that, man. It's a shame. It's a shame, bro. Explain this. And Neil Druckmann killed his franchise right there. But after they kicked her in the face and flacked her reality, after they kicked her, they kicked Elliot, and Abby just hold everyone to that. And then there's Dina trying to wake her up, even though that they lost Joe. And then the whole Tommy was just knocked down. He's still alive, Tommy. But this is really sad, man. This is really sad right here. And they have to find Joe's killer. And then once they find it, they know Tommy did this right here. Tommy did this scene right here to basically torture the man so they can find Abby's killer to kill Joe. Oh, man, I mean, they try to say this game, right? They say this game is one of the most complete achieving games of in PlayStation games history. I disagree because I played this game and I finally finished this game. But you know who's the most completely blamed? The God of War series. If it ain't God of War, it'd be Marvel Spider-Man, that stuff. Even though I'm still playing Marvel Morales, but I ain't finished it yet. You can tell Tommy did this. Tommy did this to make sure that he ain't gonna let his brother die in vain, because Elliot want to get revenge to Abby, what she did to Joe. Joe was like a father figure to her. But I'm gonna tell you what really gets me. Look, I like the gameplay, but I just did not like the detail of the story. I felt like the story should have did a better job than that. Even though they're gonna rate it for 10, best 10 to 10 rated game, I rate it for 3.5, 4.5, because I feel like it have enough experience of gameplay like the original, but the storytelling wise, it don't tell a better story wise like the original game it was. That's just my opinion. And everybody is upset about this game. People are pissed off. I never forget when I first got this game that when I first purchased it, I couldn't get it because I just didn't understand. I pre-ordered the game to try to get it. But now I see why I couldn't get this game. They didn't want me to get this game because there's a lot of controversy running around when this game just came out. The game came out in June the 20th, 2020. No, it's June 26th or something like that, 2020. So here's the deceiving eyes scene where we thought that was Joel when he grabbed Ellie in the mouth. But guess what? Who turned up, popping up behind her? You guessed it. Uh, whatever his name, Jesse. This dude popped out of nowhere and talking about telling this girl, you think you could do it on your own? Everybody thought it was Joe, but it was deceiving. When this game first came out, oh my bad, I would say it was June 19th, 2020. 2020, 2020, when this game came out. Because when this game first came out, everybody told the the buyers, consumers not to get this game because everybody was saying there's agenda behind this. Agenda role is basically attacking men's masculinity, especially white men masculinity. But now they see how we really feel as black men. I ain't gonna lie to you. All the guys in this game is really connuted, annihilated, and desecrated. They were being destroyed in this game. And there's this women empowerment stuff and this and that. Once we try to find a killer of Joel's killer, we spotted this girl right here. That's one of Abby's friend named Nala Howard. So trying to tell her where Abby, where she's at. You know, and you see she holds a pause like, what's going on? Take it easy. And you could have, I mean, the way they killed Joel, man, that was unnecessary, man. But hey, it's no different than kill the franchise. But once you kill the main character of the franchise, that's the end of the series. There's no turning back on that. A lot of people were pissed off at it. They were looking forward for this for 5 years. 5 or 6 years for this game about to come out. Because the first one, I think it came out, let me see, the first game, The Last of Us Part 1, that came out in something like 2003. 2003. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they waited 8 and 9, 10 years for this game about to be the biggest game ever. And look at this. She's saying that Joel got what's coming to him. You see what she told Ellie for that. Once we try to caught her right near the guard, and then there's the guards coming in, trying to save her, Abby's friend, Nana, whatever her name was. We hold his hostages. Ellie, they control her hostage. They treated Ellie like she's one of the evil men, victimized. No, excuse me. They treat Ellie like she just became just randomly evil, like she randomly trying to get revenge for Joel. But that's who took her in, is Joel. Well, not necessarily, but that's who trying to take her along, even though child smuggled. But here we are trying to hold this person hostage. Once we grab something and trying to give her the information, we're going to do what we do. Let me say this, man. I see what the big fuss is about this game. Everybody is mad about this. Everybody is pissed off about this, what this game has turned into. When that game was released, it was unreleased release of I don't know, some kind of what. Bigger famous YouTubers encourage other people not to purchase this game, not to get this game. They never thought this is the game what they thought it was, and they were rightly pissed off. But me, it's just a game. But even though I don't make a big deal about how they killed Jock, I'm explaining in a minute, because they should have never done that. That's just my thing. Because how you gonna kill the main character? What made the franchise for what it is today? It ain't got nothing to do with the gender wise. Well, we know Elliot is gay. We know that. Basically she's a lesbian. We know that. That's not the issue. The issue is how Joe died. It's not how Joe died. It's how they did it. To get a transgender woman kill a hetero straight sexual white complexionized man, and it just look at this. And here's the thing where this scene right here, once we grab this person a hostage, basically hold her hostage, trying to get information out of her, see if we can find Abby, and go after her and try to kill her. Here's the thing: they don't even show the torture. They just show Elliot's face. You got to press it. Even if you don't want to press it, you have to do it. But here's the thing. I'm gonna show you my issue after when I get finished with this thing that we're gonna bring to talk about, man. But here's the issue that I have with the game. First, we're gonna talk about the gameplay is like the original, and then we're gonna talk about the detail of the story. Here's the gameplay. The gameplay is just like the original. When you try to pick up weaponry, you got to collect each weapons you could possibly get. If you run out of weapons, you have to place each weapon to another weapon. That's like it's just like the first one, but it's even more. It's more sketches. It's more sketches that can farther get in sketches it could be. It's how far you get able to get more weapons you possibly can. Because the first one you could get more weapons, kind of, but it's leaving say more rooms. But the second one, you have to get enough weapons as you possibly can, and even if you don't get as much, it's very hard to find each more weapons in this stuff. But notice where Abby, it can able to fight and all that and carry weapons, just like they making her is the leading of the game instead of they trying to do what Joe. Joe was the lead of the game because he was kicking ass and fighting all kinds of stuff, blowing heads, you name it. Now they're gonna talk about they might make the Last of Us Part 3. I doubt it. That's like killing Goku, the end of the franchise of the whole Dragon Ball Z series. It's a done deal. There's no way they can able to fix that. And here's the thing, man. Even though we talk about the gameplay, but I'm going to talk about the detail of the story. How the hell, not only that they act like Joel was responsible for not let Ellie to go through the operation to make the vaccine off of her, for that she had to sacrifice her existence to play to save humanity. So they blame Joel for this. They blame Joel. And not only that, this is why Abby killed Joel, because she blamed him for the death of her father. It was the doctor that he killed. When the part when say, you know why I'm here? Oh, it doesn't even matter. Just do what you got to do. Joel knew he was going to die. But here's the good thing apart about it. At least he can join with his daughter. But here's what I don't get about the story of this game. Now, do it have something to do with the genders, man? Not really, but some people did. It's no different when people play Grand Theft Auto Gay Tony. When a guy named Salvador Lopez, I forgot his name, he working with a gay mobster. No, I don't hear anybody complain about this. Complain about that game. But now you complain about this, a certain genderman wise. Look, the bottom line is, gay people into games, and that's something that people gonna have to accept it. Gays and lesbians, and to create their own game that to have how they want and how they able to need. Even though straight people play games as well. And here's the thing that we in the hospital, right? Trying to find the truth why they want to drain Abby. Why they want to drain Elliot's brain so bad. They want to drain Elliot because they realize she didn't have no effect of her bites or whatsoever. She was a quote unquote immune. And then she really finally realized once she found this tape that Joe lied to her. It's like a flashing back of the spending time with Joe. I mean, why kill the man and then and go all the way flashing back when we could see this man last time? And that's crazy. Elliot have a right to be upset to Joe because basically she lied to her. That don't mean she got to be mean to cruel to this man. Let me say this, man. It's a shameful when you lie to a person like that. It make you feel like, damn, I feel like shit. Like you could have told me why we left in the hospital in the first place, why they want to drain me, to want to make me as the medical cure for the all this cost of vaccine. Because Elliot felt that she was responsible as well, just as much as Joe, because she want to save humanity, want to save better for the world. That's why she tried to confront him about that. Now, don't get me wrong, Joe did what he had to do. Because if he left her there, they would have killed her. They would have drained her. And even if she was the way for the cure, how do they know if it's ever going to bring to make humanity even more a better for the world and make it a better make how they gonna make things everything gonna be all right again? You know, they told everybody not to get this game because they were unreleased it uh, up development early development guide games, how the game looks and how presented. They told these YouTubers bigger names that tell people not to get this game, not to purchase because they thought that this is not the game they thought they wanted. Here's a sad factor. We as a game community, it's just this. Let me say this: you can like the game or don't like it. Do I regret it? Get this game? I'm not regretting playing the game. I regret to listen to the detail of the story because they could have tell a better story wise what the game is about. That's not the point. The point is men and women should be treated fairly equal regardless who played the game. Even when it comes to gay and lesbian, they into video games as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Long as you have a game supposed to bring everyone together. People go as far threaten the voice of Abby. No, the threaten the girl who played. Yeah, Abby. Yeah, my bad. Played Abby. I got the name right. I thought I got the name wrong because I confused people instead of Elliot instead of Abby. Abby, the one who voiced of Abby, I forgot the girl's name. They are threatening this woman. Her name was Laura something. Let's say Laura. They are threatening this woman because she playing the antagonist of the person they did not like the game. They went as far as trying to threaten this poor, beautiful lady. They went as far as threatening, and that's not what the game development. This is not how what bring people together when playing games. Look, I understand video games is escapism, but it shouldn't be like that. They want to go as far as making threats now. That's when people take that things a little bit too far. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy that they blame people. They blame folks for because the person that they love and adore for this one character they taken out, and now they've raised this new character replacement to that old character. The new character be the new of men of the of leading up to this series of this game. I mean, it's just a game. That's how I feel. If you could like the game, hope you like it, enjoy this game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple. But don't just go out here making threats. If you're gonna have a problem with that person, have a problem with Neil Druckmann. He the one that called the person to do the job. But don't threaten him though. He just wants the game how he wanted. He started the first game and then started the second one. And they talk about all the people who work in Naughty Dog Studios left and have some new people in the studios. Now here's the thing. Once we back in the movie theater and try to think what our plans are, where they can find Abby is, and Elliot talked to Joe and Jesse, talk to Tommy and Jesse. I mean, not because what's the point? Because Joe is dead. Elliot talked to Tommy and Jesse. How the hell Jesse did not know that he's the father of that girl who's named Dina, that one that is Elliot is messing with? I mean, he caught two of those women not only smoking little uh smoking herb, green herb, but he caught them making out. And this guy did not know that he was the father of that baby with Dina. Dina knew that she was pregnant. And then when she's told Elliot, and Elliot was devastated. Like, what? Because they went somewhere when I played the parts of this game that, and that's when she got sick. She thought it was something wrong with her, like she'd been bit or whatever. No, she wasn't. She said she okay, but Elliot knew something wasn't right. And once she told her she was pregnant, she couldn't believe it. Because why would a pregnant person wants to go to a journey to fighting zombies, and she can't fight in that medical condition that being she gonna have a child, and this is gonna be a boy, and Jesse don't know that. He do some few things, but he ain't did shit. I mean, the only person that did stuff is Tommy, but they make Tommy seem weak, like he not barely. And I'm going to explain in a few minutes on that one. But like I say, I like the gameplay, but do I like the detail of the story? No, I don't. I see what the big fuss is about. Now I see why I can't purchase this game. I have to download it. I buy it on online to download this game to see what it's about. Now I see it's a pretty bad, but it's not as bad as you think. But until the ending part, we're gonna get to it in a few minutes. Trust me. But once you see the things are showing now, there's uh, uh, Jesse shot between the face, and there's Abby holding Tommy down, and tell Big Gates to get back at Elliot for killing her friends, and the pregnant woman that the person she was messing with, he got this girl pregnant as well. That guy got the girl pregnant as well. But Ellie, Abby know that. Abby know that she had a wife. She know that. But why would this transgender woman, transgender man or whatever, messing with a guy that's already had a girlfriend, and the girl already knew that she was messing with Abby, and then she pointing a gun at her, just like you watching this scene, like we let you live, and now you wasting it. There's go flashing back, showing Abby. Yeah, they're gonna show Abby. They're gonna show her. They're gonna show Abby spending time looking her for, basically gonna spend time with her dad, wander around the woods, wander around the places that basically gonna spend time with him. And they show the younger Abby. You know, they make it like this is her game instead of Elliot. We thought we were gonna see Elliot and Joe again, and that's her father. Her father. Oh man, her father. Let me see. Let me see. I forgot her father's name, but because when we play this game, and when I stream it, it was very fun to play this wonderful game that I play. It's wonderful gameplay, but the story wise, it isn't just a shitty writing story. It could have been done a lot better. But I can do I hate the guy who the creator of the game? Not really. I can't hate the guy because it's his design, it's his creation, so I have to leave it at that. You know, once they see Abby's father talking to the woman who take Elliot in, the girl that's was affected by not even really affected, how they're gonna drain the vaccine of this child to save the better for part of the better for humanity. You know, and even though this is a way of a speculation, spec of the crime, you know, and but she's saying that that's not the way to do it unless they have to give her, if it's okay, they can operation her. But he's saying this is the way to do it because she's the way of the better for the future men. Because you know what's the only way to save the humanity but just to drain this 14-year-old girl to make a creatization of vaccine. I mean, you think about this. This game won awards, won 11 awards, just as much as the original game to the for the original to the now to the second one. Now I don't see why they make a big deal about this game and why people love it so much. Now I see why people love this game so much, so much. Why the game is so big, why the game is so huge. Now I understand it. Um, okay, all right. Okay, it's named Jerry. So Jerry, that's her. That's her. Basically, no, that's Abby's dad or something. That's Abby's dad. That's Abby's friend. I'm trying to think about who this person's this Abby's dad. Now you see here that she's saying if it was her dad, she wouldn't have a problem. Dad operated her if it was her the operation for the vaccine, and he probably would do that for her. Do you see this shit? Do you see that why this game is such a big fuss, a big deal? Why this game is so intense that everybody making me commotion about it? Games change a lot. Now we see here that Abby was going back to a dream to way that she's gonna find what she never gonna expect to find. So, and guess what? She found her father. She found her father. Her father's being stabbed to death, and Joe was behind it. And that's why seeking out her revenge, why she wanted to kill Joe in the first place. Why she definitely wants to kill Joe. You know, I get it. That Abby want to kill Joe for the death of her dad because of the operation of Elliot. Let me say this. What if that Joe left her to die? Then they're going to say Joe is responsible for letting this child die, for they can drain out of this to see if she's a better cure for this whole sick this all this actual commotion that's going on. You know, I swear to God, the guy that's standing there that spit the body looked like Neil Druckmann. I swear, I heard the dude said this and put himself in the game. It is funny. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, I just think it's just a game, man. But there's no reason threatening a person that's be the voice of. I don't know. I don't know. Abby's father name is. I don't think know who her dad was name was. Abby's father. You know. Oh, okay. I got it right. I thought it was, yeah, it's Jerry. My bad, people. Forgive me. It's Jerry Adamson. So the person that died, that's who Joe was killed. Joe Miller killed Abby's father. I mean, it's sad. It's sad, but at the same time, when a person play fire against fire, somebody gonna crash and get burned. What's the actual cause of the person's pain? Um, you seen the show Abby's perspective, hang around with her friends, her crew, even though all of them are dead. You know, we play more Abby's parts of the game and not playing the chance of Elliot's parts. Even we get the chance to play Elliot. Now, if you look out this game, she do more to killing than anyone. Now, and being here, she just been captured by a group of people called Scholars and Scholars or something like that. It's a fucked up name, but let's just call them Scars. Scars are catching Abby for I don't know what reason why they captured her. They went with the war odds against the Wolf Liberation or fronts or whatever you want to call them. So they took him to this Scar leader, and she just going around hanging women by the thin ropes, just cut their stomachs up. I mean, just some cultic ritualized killing shit. Like look at that, man. They just standing there laying on to on a string. And, you know, and but when they whistled, you know they looking for you, trying to get you, and they'll get you know, they use their favorite weapons they chose as boring arrows. Boring arrows, that's their favorite weapons. I now the Wolf Liberation fronts, they carrying guns and stuff like militarized weapons. Elliot's crew is use guns as well, but they use horses. They use horses. They've been known for carrying horses and ride to the set to going to the beyond of our lives well. So we meet some new friends that we're gonna meet. Here's the coldest leader. The chick just crazy, out of her mind, man. Out of her mind doing this stuff, trying to go after her. And that's when we start meeting new friends when we play Abby. This is very brutal. This is so very brutal, man. So very brutal, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just holding a person down and try to scandalize them, and they throw the girl down and use a hammer one of the her help of the crew crack her her left her right arm and just damn crush her part of death. And once we start fighting back and killed one of the leaders, taking them down as a bit by bit. Yep, we got the leader. We got the leader. Take her down by inch. We got her. So we meet new friends. Meet new friends and just take them down. You know, I tell you, man, I just think that they scatterrative of call Scar. I mean, there's some crazy people just going around killing people, just hanging them up like they just a new dictatorship movement, like going around killing people. I mean, it's crazy. So we just meet Flynn and Larian, Flynn and Laria, Flynn Radion. That's Flynn right there, and that's Radion. So once we tried to get us to basically to help us to get us down, um, you know, how we can find a way to make able to escape. I did not like playing Abby at all. I just don't, because I don't see what they make a huge fuss about her. I don't know why. She's supposed to be uh, the Ronda Rousement of this game, from the standardization with women's standardization. I don't know what the fuck it is, but for some reason Neil liked her very much. And you know, once we try to find a way to save, try to find where we go, we take one of our friends that's one is injured. Here's what I don't get about these two characters. Okay, they both sisters, but one of them had to stay tradition to get married to for able to be a wife, and the other one is to able to stand to Dave's nation to be a warrior. I just didn't understand. Instead of saying her, they saying he. It's not he, it's her. Do you see how? Never mind. I'm not even gonna touch that. Whatever you is, that's your business. But they never explained it. They never explained the story why they they referred to him instead of he. I mean, it's he, but not him. I tell you, man, that's the part I just didn't understand. And yeah, do I believe there's agenda behind it? I don't know for sure. At the end of the day, it's just a video game. It's no big deal. It's whatever. It's just a game. Oh my God, just give me a few seconds, folks, because once we try to help this person to make sure that the wraparound, her arm is broken, man. Her right arm is broken. They just cracked that hammer and cracked her arm. There's no recover to that. There's no recover for that. And now we're trying to find what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do, how we're gonna handle the situation and stuff like that. Oh man. Once we start leaving out of there, see what we get able. Once we talk to Flynn, so see to make sure she look out for her sister, to stand steadily of like a warrior, even though helping my enemy is my friend, and friend is my enemy. So, they went odds against each other and helping out. So see where they're gonna go. After we did what we had to do, come right back. A man trying to come in and try to kill them, but they try to kill us. But we say it's okay. Everything's all clear. It's just us, and there's nothing is gonna harm them till we came back to make sure it's okay. I don't know. There's a lot of controversy in this game when it first came out, man. A lot of people not only upset when Joel is got killed, they're pissed off go as far to say that this game is better than God of War. How the hell this game is better than God of War? They're trying to make this game to be the new how can I put this in so much ways? They're making this game to be most dark, disgusting game to make it's just like the Joker of the Game and Eye series. And showing Abby's perspective and feel sympathy for her, why she killed Joel and having friends. They making her out to be a saint, and they making Ellie to be a sin. Like she's this bad person. She mean to Joe, and she got in with it with Dina, and then once she told her that she's pregnant or whatever. But here's the thing: you got Abby messing with this guy named Owen. He has a girlfriend, and right there, and she's pregnant. This girl is pregnant. You kidding me, right? You have to be kidding me that this girl is basically pregnant, and she's with Owen, and you don't want to see what's been stored, man. But I take this off because the sex scene, it's just completely terrified and very terrible thing to see. I just don't want to see. I took it out, and it's a lot more worse that you really don't know. So they try to help whatever her name was, Yara to basically to patch her arm, her right arm, to make sure they're able, even though that she can never move her right arm ever again. So they told Abby that they need medical supply to basically to patch her up again, even though she can't obviously move her arm. They crack her with a hammer. Her bones broke. Her arms is broken. So that's the first thing we got to do to find some band-aid abs to help our friend, basically her friends. You know, it's not this game is not like the first one. It's not, man. This game is very the game is very dark overtone tone of the game. It's very dark, bro. It's very dark, and you can tell by the way the game how it is. It's very dark. You know, mm, I mean, what do you want me to say? Because it just didn't make any sense at all that a muscular woman messing around with a guy who already had a girlfriend or a wife. Are you serious, man? You know what's up with this game? Messing women mess with married men. I just don't understand that. First, Elliot messed with someone else's girlfriend, and this uh, male woman messing with a guy who already had a wife. I just don't understand that. Don't understand that. Somebody please explain that shit to me. I guarantee the person that killed Joe probably asked him more money and they didn't want to give it to him, so they decided to kill him off the series. This is always happens if you notice that when people are asking more money, more rent due, the rent due to make the way and better way for their families, they kill them off. That's the first thing they'll try to do, just kill them off because they don't want to pay them. They don't want to pay them, man. They don't want to pay them. So it's pretty pathetic, but it's sad at the same time, man. It's not right, but that's just way things the entertainment business industry goes. So, and there's no need to justify it on this. And that dude got changed, and it will never change no time soon. So once we start leaving these people to say goodbye, I think it'd be the last time we see them alive. And I'm gonna take you to see what I mean by that. You know, once we got here to find some ads, there's this guy who runs right along with Abby. For his name is Isaac or something like that. He's a black dude. He's the only black dude run a military base right along with Abby's crew. And you I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Um, all the men are destroyed. I believe that the reason why Neil Druckmann probably catch hell for the first game because they probably got on him about to kill the females up in there, and I bet you that's probably what the reason why they have an issue with this guy in the first place. Now we went in there to the military base. This is the person that is is Elliot that killed one of the episodes though, but you just have to watch the series of that, and you know what I'm talking about. Once she played the game and caught her by handed, so and basically she struck her right in the neck. What do you want to say? Now we got to hold as hostage and turn ourselves in. Try to because I guess we leave under pronouncement, not permission to leave in the military base. You name it, and they hold us down. They hold us down, bro. But here's the thing about it. I like the gameplay, but I just don't like the detail to tell the story. And that is Nell Rod Howard before she was last seen, before she was demonetized her death. Um, here's my issue with this, man. If you notice in this game, all the women run in the military base. No men have no position to run except Isaac. He's the only one, and I guess he's been seen as you know, a bigot. Don't let women run anything. This and that. Men and women should run things for each other. That's how I look at it. But for years that women felt that they had to improve, that they can better capable things to do to fight. They can fight just as much as a man can. Not nobody says that, but they have to stick around and watch out for the children. You know, but things change and things how far as that go. You probably thinking to yourself, what that got to do with this game series? Well, it got plenty to do with it, man. It got plenty to do with it. Once we found the ad and got what we wanted, and there's this happen. We hear this commotion, something is going on. I tell you, it's one of the most ugly nice creatures I ever seen in my life. And there it goes right there. It's just that ugly, that terrified. Oh my God. And I gotta got myself out of there by the time and get out there for a jip. And thank God I got out of there as fast as I could. But at least we beat the battle and beat it. And there's Tommy. Once we did all that, Tommy tried to fight Abby and that's when Flat Rock basically took him behind, stabbed him, and we tripped this guy over. And that's the last time we see Tommy. And you're gonna see him. He's not in the best condition that he's seen yet. I mean, you see nothing but females try to fight, and I don't have nothing against it because I played Lauren Craft. At least she stand on her own, regardless of a man or helper or woman. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a great game to play, though. Once we try to get back where we trying to go from here and cruise to a boat, you know, people, if you think I'm gonna spill spoiler alerts, man, you can skip this video or don't watch it. It's just that simple. So there's more to it. That just buy the game and you'll see what I'm talking about for yourself. So they talk about they're gonna make a series of this game, actual series of Last of Us game. No, it's not a game, but it's a show based off a game. So I don't know why this game is being praised so much. A lot of people act like this is the greatest game that's ever been created in PlayStation history. PlayStation 4 though. But now I see why people love it. Even though I beat the second one, I beat the first one before it, and I'm gonna play it again. Now we here getting back. Sarah found a person that's Flynn killed this person by accident. He didn't try to kill him. I think he was trying to come off to her, if you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. Instead of saying her, it's he. You know what I mean. I don't want to say it, but I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean. I don't got nothing against your gender. It's just a game. But I never understand this scene right here. But I think I can guess why you could put it that much. And they basically, she's telling her it's not her fault. Things just happen for a reason. So they patched it. They hugged up and trying to get out of there as much as possible that they can. So, and we have to get ready to go. And you just right along with leaving and stuff. Once we start to leave and do what we do and all that, then we came back. And this is the scene right here when we play Elliot. Once they trying to looking for her, we killed dogs. What's up with people killing dogs up in here, and kill pregnant woman? I took that scene out because where Elliot killed a pregnant woman, but she did not know until Owen told her that she was pregnant. Once she opened up the shirt, she realized the girl was pregnant. And that's when Abby found these people dead, and that's the last time she ever seen her friends. She the only one alive, so that's when she really want to get at her for really. You know, why should we feel sympathy for Abby? Because remember, she killed Joe for the spy her father's death. For her father's death, man, father's death, and because of this reason, to get back after somebody that do this to her friends, because she let Abby live. I mean, Abby let Elliot live. That's what I'm trying to say. Elliot did this, and now Abby want to get back to this person. Like, look, I let you live, even though you wanted to fight and protect Joe. Here's the thing, man. You know, this is the thing I don't get. Once these two are trying to fight and trying to meet up, and then they found the map where they could find Elliot at and where she located at, where they can find her. You know, basically Flynn gave it to her. You know, see where they're gonna go, and that's when they're gonna start finding where they're trying to go to finish this thing. Once they want to be finished, you know, not just yet. Um, like I said, man, you know, the game should have been a lot better. I just give it a 3 in the fourth and a half. It was all right. It was okay. It could have been a lot work of the detail of the story. That's the only thing, though. And the story I don't understand. I get why they killed Joe for the death of Abby's father. Once Abby trying to find Elliot's hideout and see Tommy just standing there, that's why she's trying to get close to him. It's just like a flashing back how that why Abby where she's at now, because she let that person live. Let her live, but she won't let Joe live. Do you see where I mean? See where I'm getting at? You know, if Joe let her dad to kill that child, then that be one of his own children or whatever. That's what I don't understand. This whole commotion of this game tell story, even though it won 11 awards, and there's a flashback where we can left this thing right off. You know, do I believe this is might be the best games? They trying to say it's one of the most wanted games of the year, and it probably is. But the story did not do very well. But this is just my opinion. So I get it that, like Neil Druckmann said himself, he'd rather give people hated it instead of criticizing whatever he said. You know, it's his brand, his creation. You know, this is the same Naughty Dog created Nate Drake games to uh, uh, and all the other games of Crash Bandicoot and plenty classic games that we people love and adore so much. I don't think that Naughty Dog would ever come back on that one. I really don't think so. And there it goes. The fight is on. The fight is on. And now we can try to chase Elliot down, chasing her down and stuff like that. It's a throwdown fight, all right. And Abby Abby got the best of Elliot. So once Dana tried to help Elliot, she look how she slammed her. She slammed the hell out of her and about to slid. Even though now she tried to tell her that she's pregnant, but yet she don't feel the same way when it comes to her friends. Like you can't fight two wrongs of right and don't make rights of don't make rights of don't make rights of can't be two anything wrongs that not can become right. So they both at the right, but they both at the wrong. But who's in the wrong here? Is it Abby? Yeah. Let's be honest. Even though she's killing Joe for the death of her father. trying to save humanity, trying to save the world. Now, if Joe left and do what that lady told her, and just even though that's not his daughter, whatever, he would have went on in his life, right? None of this stuff would have never happened. After that, Abby left, told Elliot, not to find us or whatever. Basically, it's going to be her last right there. And both of them just lay on the floor, man. Not, um, Jesse is dead, and Tommy's injured, and Dana and Elliot just lay down. Now they got a family now, you know, at the farm house where Joel, Joel's house, and Elliot and Abby, Elliot and Dana. I mean, Elliot and Dana, and now they got Jesse's kid. Now this child ain't gonna never know who the hell his dad is. Two moms raising a child. I mean, what can you say? You know, they're gonna be both great parents. Now, once we start helping out the farm, Elliot have a flashback of Joe trying to figure if she gonna seek out revenge for him or not. You know, and it's a flashback, just like Elliot flashback of what she detailed before when she found Elliot, and then and Abby, the flashback, and this Elliot flashback. She regretted for not saving Joe. But here's the thing: she has a gun in her hand, and I know she could take down like maybe 12, 11 of those people in one person laying, two men laying in there. One is getting hit by an eye, and the other one is to be, wounded as a, just another. I mean, she's screaming to death, and that's when Dana come in, grab the baby, and see, if she's gonna get revenge or not. And I think that Dina, she's gonna be against it because she didn't want Elliot leaving because they have a family now, and that once the Tommy gonna get in there, try to talk to her to able to seek out revenge, what the Ava gonna do. So, no, let me say this: do I believe that people should have forgiveness of a person they done wrong? Absolutely, and let justice take care of it. Now, I get what Naughty Dog is doing, is trying to reach this message of the game. People are pissed off, and you gonna see what I mean. You gonna see. Good. I'm gonna talk a few minutes on this. That what Elliot did not do, Abby, what like she should have done. Who knows? What do y'all think? Do you think it's gonna be they should make The Last of Us 3? I doubt if they're gonna make The Last of Us 3. I doubt it, because the way this second one was, it did not live up the first game like instead of did what it should have lived up to. They didn't thought they were spec. When that game first just came out, they telling people not to buy this game, not first, because it was least development. They always think there's a agenda who's played behind it, go against men, and men go against women, women go against men, and change of different genders and stuff like that. Now, I don't know about that. I ain't want to get into that, but I will say this: it shouldn't be matter. I think video games can use to learn stuff or just escapism, whatever you want to prefer to call it. So once we start going to this house to talk to Dana, and that's when Tommy gonna stand in the room telling her what Abby at and where she at and where she located, and how they could finish this off once and for all. Dana gonna be against this stuff. So again, like you really don't know what's taking any place of this game when you played it, but it's the best game to play. No, it was a great game, but it wasn't. It was a great gameplay, but it's not the great game telling story wise. But The story should have done. If they would have told a better story, I would have liked the game. I would have. But now I see why people are upset about this. And look at Tommy. You know, Tommy losing the eye, his leg is crippled, stuff like that. He can't do it anymore. He can't even bring Abby to back to the death of his brother. Now Tommy and Joe, they did a lot together. What they do, they're able to fight and survive. The most biggest mistake is how you gonna tell Abby y'all name? Oh, I'm Tommy and this is Joe. How you gonna tell somebody your name? Because look at it, the first game, Tom, Joel did not tell anybody who he is as a person and what he does. Hell, he didn't even do with the two black people. Was two black dudes, two black boys. One is a teenage boy and one is a little boy. And one of them got bit and the other one killed himself. Joel did not trust nobody. In the same way it goes Tommy. But this game, they did the unthinkable. Telling Abby who their name is and giving the location. Once they went over there, they sent it into a trap. I mean, really? But who I'm kidding? That's not the point. The point is, you know, they created a new development of the game. They should at least say that when the game first came out, because people felt mischieved, felt deceived, cheated, lied, because they thought it was going to be Joel and Joel and Elliot again, like the first one. But it wasn't. It becomes like Elliot was evil. Like make it seem like she is the one. And I ain't gonna lie, people say she was quite boring in this one. She is quite boring, but that's just the thing. She got older. This girl just turned 22 right here, and living with a farm with Dana, with having Jake's baby that she has with that person. But she told Jake? Dana, I don't think Dana told Jake that he was the father of the baby. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Do I want to know? Did Abby thought about? I think Abby knew the person she messed with, Owen, that he was going to be the father of that girl's child. They both did somebody to mess with somebody else that had someone. Both Dana, Abby, and Elliot. They both did some stuff. And that's when Dana told Tommy not to come here no more for their families, breaking up the family, and they trying to get on with their lives and leave the whole revenge plot behind. You know, 'cause they got a kid, and I get it. You know, that's when Elliot started thinking about. But she the one said it herself. She wanted to bring Abby down for the death of Joe because she was angry. She saw how Joe has been tortured, even though Joe did not like her at first in the first game, but he treated her like that was his own daughter. You think about that. He took her under his wing and looked out for her when no one else did. Even the other girl looked out for her. So I don't know, man. Tell me what y'all think, because do you think that Joe should have saved Elliot or just leave Elliot and just let her drain the vaccine that can clear all this death, apocalypse disease, the apocalypse zombie disease that's going on? Now, right here, this is where it explains everything. Why Elliot mad at Joe. Elliot mad at Joe. You know, and this is where the biggest controversy right here. That the kissing scene and all that, whatever, though, I just want to play the game. That's only to point out why I played this game in the first way. I just did not like the ending part I'm going to get to very in a minute. She talking to Jesse. Elliot talked to Jesse how Joe was very too overprotective for her. Okay, she's adult now, and I get it. But he took her in when no one else did, you know. Basically, he took her under her wing, his wing, basically, and looking out for her when no one else did. Because they told her to, because that other girl couldn't do it, and she's part of the butterflies, especially Elliot. She's part of it, right along with the other girl that died in the first game. Got the one, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And this is where the part's gonna happen, and they're gonna show a bigoted dude just discussing about their sexuality, whatever. I don't hate anyone as long as video games supposed to bring people together because that's what it should be about in the first place, regardless with your race, your ethnic, or your gender, whatever. It's supposed to bring everyone together. I don't see what the big fuss about. Some people just they too overreacted. Why Joel is dead, so they have to get over it. He need to be right along with his only one uh true related blood daughter. They killed his daughter, man, especially the first game. Think about it. Joel wasn't the same. Joel wasn't the same when they killed his daughter. He wasn't the same after that. It tear that man apart. It really did. And because of that, he treated Elliot like that was his first daughter as well, even though not his first daughter, but treated as his actual adopted daughter, basically. Because his first daughter passed away. She died. And it's pretty sad. At least he can be with his only related daughter, and it's pretty sad because they thought they were infected, but it wasn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get the first game and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's the part in the kissing scene here, and that's when the bigot man come in there and did not like it, had some against it, this and that, and you gonna see it. You gonna see it sooner or later. Here it comes saying a few things, talking about people are looking and stuff like that. I guess he ain't with their gender. He ain't with because they lesbian. They ain't with the lifestyle. They ain't did nothing. They just dancing. But he come in there, had an issue with it, this and that. And that's when he said something that Elliot did not like. And that's what she goes over. And Joel stepped in, and told him, like, you got a problem. And that's Tommy's wife, basically, coming, asking, like, come inside it, outside, I just want to talk to you. Like, and that's when Tommy, Joe asking Elliot, everything's okay? You're good? And she just, I don't get here. He asked her everything's okay, and then he, she just snapped at him. Just like that. And you could tell Elliot did not like when she said that to Joe. Because Joe tried to help to protect her, He brought the village in to look out for her when him and his brother was doing other things. And that's when Elliot was going to pack her stuff and find Abby to claim to prevent. And Dana just woke up and she know where she was going. She knows. She just asking. She already knew right then and there. She tried to talk her down of it, not to do it, forget it. He just this evil man. He deserved what he got, and after what he done, and this and that, But she the one, like Elliot was the one told Dana that she was a mule. First they without the mask on, and she had a mask, like she told her she was immune. Again, like the game could have been a lot more different of the detail of the story, but this thing was controversial. Everybody stopped liking this game. People want this game to range to get their money back, but they didn't want to take the game because they try to say this is game one of the best selling games in PlayStation 4 history. And it was all over. They're going to make a manual series on TV, The Last of Us. It might be a movie. You never know. Can you really believe it? I mean, this is really crazy if you think about it. They're going to make an annual series about this game. Oh, man. Dana didn't like it. Dana did not want Elliot to go back to finish where she should have had, but she worried about her gonna be dead out there, because they look at they got a family and whatever. Like revenge is not the way because it'll lead a lonely life. So she supposed to let go to revenge, right? What about Abby? Do Abby let go to revenge of her father? Let me say this. I don't think revenge ain't gonna solve anything unless it's at the actual punishment personalized justice. Now that's what I say. But in real life, man, once you take the laws in your own hand, it's not going to end well for you. It's not. So video games is known to send message out there to the world, what the world had to face. And I get it. And I get what Neil Druckmann was trying to do when he made this. I understand it. To try to push women's rights and to show they equal just as much as men. But at the same time, men do need women. Women do need men until they need to know how to reasonalize each other. After what Elliot leaves, then there's Abby and Flynn are walking around, see if there's the last of fireflies that they can able to maintain and maintain survive, to see what they can next journey and what they next thing they gotta go. So um and I mean it's crazy. Like I think the game should have been a lot more what as it should be, and we just walking around, walking around one or two, and see what we're gonna do from here from there. After we trying to spot around to looking for their last survivors of butterflies, because Abby is a butterfly member right along with Elliot was. They have a lot in common with each other in men. Then we look at repeat operation radio, see if there's going to be the last of butterflies, you know, and which they were, they thought, but they don't realize they're gonna be captured and being killed or whatever. They haven't been killed, but they was being captured. They almost going to be uh, emancipation. They was about to try to kill them until they trying to get the way to get out and survive. So, and then read the codes and stuff and trying to see what we can able to do and this and that. Um, I tell you, man, I've been playing games for years. I ain't never seen this game could be this big of a fuss, big of controversy, because they killed the main character. It's just a game, man. And you can't just go as far trying to threat the person to create basically the voice of character. And it's sad because it's not bringing us together as a game community. You know, people into games. Let's just leave it at that, and we can be a better world where we go. Now, don't get me wrong. They shouldn't um, leave the men out until the men survive just as much as women, just like the original game. I think they are pissed off because Neil Druckmann killed the females in there. There's no nudity, no none of that. But there are. But for some reason, Neil Druckmann changed his way the way he do things for his games. Um, I don't know, man. You name it. Like I'm not gonna question a man's of his creations, what he does, man. That's his game creation, what he does, and that's what he do. And once we start to operation, see if we the last of searching members of the butterflies, 'cause all the other butterflies is dead, or just there's no plenty of them left on this planet because they all been killed, right along with the scars. The scars are being destroyed. Um, the only thing that's left is everybody you know, carry on their own. No leadership, no nothing. They on the trying to maintain, strive on their own. Except Iliad's group, they still survive, and they're not gone. It's just the scars and the Fallacious movement, whatever that is. Once we start calling in our survival, where we can go from here, after we do what we do, so find the members of the butterflies, and here's what this became happen where once we start to head it in. So we been captured. We've been captured. And as soon as we catch it right there, and thought this would be the last member of the butterfly, but it was some kind of like hunters to taking down bit by bit by us, and the person tried to save us. Our partner got pushed down and this that and knocking us around, and that was it. Being captured and trying to see where we're gonna go here and going on for there. So um like I said, bro, I never ever seen this anything fuss about some game. Some game, man, it's like games supposed to bring everybody together. Is used as a scapegoat, trying to bring everyone together, but unfortunately it don't bring anyone together. It just bring everybody's in case of separately for what we are and where we try to go here from there. And once we start to see Abby being taken down and see where we're gonna go from here, go from there. So, and here we are, and there's Elliot finding Abby hanging like a tree, like she ain't got nothing where to stand on. She looked like unrecognizable. I mean, once this is the scene I have a problem with. Once she start cutting her down, trying to finish where she started, man. Here's the thing: if she would have let Elliot, if Elliot is instead of letting Abby live, Abby should have let Elliot live. Elliot should have let Joe live. That's what I'm trying to put at. Instead of Abby letting Joe live, she didn't do that. So she got killing him for the death of her father. But you'll let Elliot live, but Elliot supposed to have to let you live, you Abby, for real. And then once Abby tried to get her friend up, trying to survive where she trying to go from here, trying to escape, and once they're gonna cruising out of the boat, and tell her there's a boat here they can both escape together. Like, really? You just killed Joe, and we supposed to partner up. This is where the fight is going to left to finish, man. This is the shit that I just really like. For real, we're gonna stand in the middle of a dark set sail water, and she started thinking about the flashbacks, thinking about the hurt that she's been, man, she's been scarred up by hit by a, a cutting wounded tree. Just think about Joe laying there, and she knows she gonna give Abby an ass whooping, especially Elliot. See, they made Abby a saint and Elliot as evil, and this is where the fight's gonna be led on. And she tells like, look, you and I are gonna finish this. It's like she don't even want to hear. Basically telling her she didn't want to fight. She just want to go and leave. That's we drag her down, and this is where fighting on. And the fight went on few like 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes at least. She didn't want to fight her. She did not want to fight. Elliot told Abby. Abby told Elliot she didn't want to fight. That's why I'm putting it. But instead of Elliot told Abby, like, look, if you're gonna fight or your friend died. That's when she had no other choice but to fight her. And that's when the fight went on right here. And here's the thing, man. This is one of the most fucked up ending in the nine scenes I ever seen. And she just cut this woman uh, stabbed 22 times. Once we got knocked her down her feet, and this has gotta hurt right here. This has really gotta hurt. Once she hold her down and grab her mouth, and she bit off 2 or 3 fingers, and locking her, punching her, and just this is about. I thought she gonna really finish her off. Just gonna drown her. This is gonna be the end. But she's still thinking about Joel because she felt like Abby just let her live. So so Elliot think about she gonna let Abby live. But you mean to tell me Abby won't let Joel live? Do you fucking serious? She supposed to forgive her for the death of Joe, even though they're not really related as like son and not son, but daughter and father. Even though he lost his daughter by the premise of this apocalypse been declared on to this deadly popularized disease. So Abby let Elliot leave and take her friend. I mean, basically tell her just leave and get her friend out of the boat and just fled on out of here. I mean, really, she could have really finished her off like that. But I get it. This message shows that the power of forgiveness and redemption and stuff like that. But what Abby got, not Elliot. Not Elliot. What Elliot got? Nothing. Elliot ain't got nothing. She ain't got Joe. She ain't got nobody. All she just be left alone in the dark water lake of cold of water. I mean, and Abby left and left Elliot cold. She ain't got no one. Poor thing. She just this Elliot ain't got nobody. But Abby, only thing she got is a friend that she trying to set sail by with. And I just didn't like this scene. First time I finished this playing this game, but that's how they wanted the game development this game. And this is where we can end this story here, where when Elliot went to Joel's old house in the farm, think about of the sense of memories of Joel. She learned a lot from him, and taking her under. And I like Last of Us, the first one, instead of the second one, because the first one is one of my all-time greats, uh, daughter and father relationship games that ever. The second one, it just make it seem like Elliot had nothing else to go on but herself, because Joel died, and Abby, she just had nothing to go on within herself and her friend. And what Elliot got? Nothing. Just left America. And Dana's gone and took the baby. Only thing she can, Elliot, is Joe's old guitar. Playing his guitar. But how she gonna play the guitar with two bitten off fingers, man? It's the most terrorized. It's the most painful night scene I ever seen. It's really sad. She can't play anymore. She can't play. She had to leave everything behind. Poor Abby, man. I mean, Elliot. Poor Elliot. I'm sorry. I always got these girls confused. Poor Elliot, man. Hell with Abby, man. I mean, for real, but that person that played the character, she did a good job, but she don't need to be getting threats behind it. But I really feel bad for Elliot. She don't have no one. But Abby got someone that left, and only thing she can go to clear to find out more butterflies survive. They might make part 3. They might, but I doubt it if it ever going to get fixed or not. So this is where Elliot talked to Joel one last time, and then to find a way to find in her heart to forgive him all the hurt But really, he was trying to help her to feel an attack based on her sexuality. We know that Elliot is a lesbian. Like the first one, I mean the first game, and her first girlfriend was black. This is not the point here. The point is that what Neil Druckmann is trying to show here is the power of forgiveness instead of seeking a purpose of revenge. And once you forgive the person that done you wrong or hurt you or did stuff to you, you become a new person and you become find redemption and seek out the ways to get a better life and and trying to be a better person that you are. And then that's what Elliot started talk to Joel one last time. Elliot, she was being mean to him because if it wasn't for this man, she would have been dead a long time ago. You think about that for 1 second. But the good thing about it, man, at least Joel can to be with Sarah, basically be with his daughter. His daughter is died, man. That's where Joel died at. When they killed his daughter, part of his soul died along with that little girl, and hold her arm, and Tommy just seeing Joel tear down like that. That was his niece as well. That tore him up too, but it really tore up Joel pretty hard, and it tore up Tommy as well because that's her uncle. Now I'm glad. I like this scene where when Elliot talked to Joel and finally have the heart and have the caring love for the person who was like a dad to her to find a way to forgive him, and then she can go on her life. What is the lesson of this game? The lesson is you can find a way to seek out forgiveness, or find a way to seek out to the purpose of seek out revenges. Whatever, make your choice. This is what video games is really about. If you think about it, it's making you a choice to be a better person or make you become out to be the worst person. Whatever the choice is, choice of you. I just give this game 3.5, 4.5 controllers because it tells a better game, better angle-rise imagery of the game, and the graphics is very uniquely graphic. But I just did not like the detailed story. Even though this game is seen like it's very dark, very edgeable, and very willingness. You could say that much because this game is a lot darker than the actual first one. The first one is more enlightenment, more honorable, more standable of way to better survive as humans. This one is just show what are we gonna go from here from now. So I get it. I'm not saying I hate the game. I just don't like the it don't tell a better tale of this game. I just like the gameplay of it. Do I regret playing this game? No. I regret to seek out this game, because if I was looking in this earlier, I would have never thought of getting it, but I have to see it for myself to see what the big fuss is about. Now I see why people hated this game. It's up to you, people. You can like the game, you can hate the game. I'm not telling people not to get this game or don't get the game. It's up to you. If you believe this game is good, go get it. If you don't like this game, don't get it. Whatever the choice it made you. I'm trying to make the most honest live video. I can't get mad at Neil Druckmann. This is creation, and this is how far it could actually go. We just have to wait and see what the future of Naughty Dog, what they're going to do. Now, some people say they're done with Naughty Dog. Some people are giving Naughty Dog a chance. Who knows? But what's really sad of this story, where what's going to go from here when Elliot, once she start lay that tar down and see what her journey is going to near, because Nina is Dana is gone with the baby. Elliot have nobody. Abby don't have anyone until she go on to her next journey. But the question is, what is going to lead us now? So people, just I liked it. I like the game play, but I don't like the detail of the story. So I give it 3.5, 4.5 of the game rates as far as it goes. But nothing else according where we're gonna go from there. So I hope you enjoy to this review of this Last of Us review series of Last of Us Part 2 series. So I see y'all some other time. We'll have a review of another game, and I'll let you know right here from now. All right, folks. That's all I gotta say about that. So it's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. Chung of the Deuce Out Text Me. Until next time. All right. Peace. I'm out. All right. Peace.